Hey everyone, how's it going? What is up? It is me, Windstalker, and if you can tell any difference, I am still using the same microphone, my Blue Yeti, but I took the windscreen off my Zoom H4n and put it on top of here to see if it makes any differences with the explosives. So this should be an interesting experiment. I mean, it doesn't cover the entire microphone. It actually leaves probably about an inch at the bottom. But we'll see how it sounds. I mean, to me it doesn't sound too bad right now. And the P's and the T's doesn't seem to hit as hard. So maybe I'll continue to do this. I mean, it's a little weird. I've heard of people using socks and making homemade windscreens and whatnot out of pantyhose and those sewing things or whatever. So I'm going to try this. And you guys let me know what you think. But I know I have also not been making videos on Fridays, and I've been failing. And this month I've already failed once and not made a video on Friday, which I am sad to, and I have really no excuse for the failure to make a video on Friday. I had actual several, because I had a video of me going to the mall and waiting for me to go into Joann's to get the old lady some yarn so that she could do her cross stitch stuff. And while I was there at the mall, I decided to hit GNC, and I know people either love or hate the GNC. There's no middle ground, whatever. Also for me, I love to hate it because I hate the prices. But after seeing stuff online and realizing that, I mean, that's whatever. And of course, with the discount of getting something like 18 off on it, it makes it a little better, but not much. I mean, and they really do push the GNC products really hard. I mean, they have other products, but you gotta get the GNC stuff. It's the best. Yeah, especially that elderly lady that works there. She's very hard pushing. I mean, she's gotta be working for Employee of the Month or year or whatever. Every time I go in there, she's virtually in there, and there's no other customer. She's on you like a vulture. I mean, it's like, that's hard to get rid of. He's like, oh, I'm looking, and then she comes over to you. He's like, oh, come on, just leave me alone. And even when she's at the little area, she's yeah. But you love it or hate it, and I did manage to end up buying something from GNC. It's the GNC strength thing that has the official stuff in it. It also has the quarantine stuff in it that she says that if you do stop using it, you won't lose your strength like the other stuff that when you stop using it, you lose your strength. And you have to drink less, or you drink less water with it. It's like, I don't quite know if I believe that, because that goes against just about everything I've ever heard about quarantine. And yes, I like the stuff. I use the stuff. When I worked out, I felt better using the stuff. And I probably really don't need to use it, but I like it. I used it. It seems alright. I'm also trying out some whey. I haven't been taking it lately. I was taking it. I need to get back into doing this experiment where I take whey before I go to work along with creatine to see if it makes any difference in my energy, because before I go to, I don't usually eat, and drinking whey gives me a little breakfast, I guess. The creatine, I don't know if it's actually a good thing or a bad thing, because I lift boxes that weigh anything from like this nickel all the way up to stuff that weighs like 150 pounds. And everything in between. I mean, it's just, constant. And, some of the stuff is taller than I am, and I'm only like 5'8". So it's like, So, anything to give me a good charge for the day so that, I mean, it's not like a good solid workout, but hey, it's something, right? And yeah, I got that multi-pack thing, and I'm already taking a multivite and some other stuff. And I don't know if I'm overdoing it with that stuff, because I don't know if you can have too much, stuff, the vites in it. You probably can. I don't know. I haven't started taking it yet, but I'm probably soon going to. I'm currently trying to lose weight. I at one point was 144, and now I'm down to around 132, 133 something. Oh, so anyway, yeah, I was in the GNC buying that. Then I went to Joann's to get the yarn, which I have a video of. And then I went to Dunham's to I don't know. I just went to Dunham's, and I ended up getting a Carolina Panthers decal for the old lady because she loves the Carolina Panthers. And yeah. And then I have another video in which I went to Walmart. I actually forgot what I was doing at Walmart. I think I examined Walmart's, because I bought the creatine and the whey whey protein from Walmart, and it was like $18 for one, and I forget what the creatine was, to see, price differences. And of course, I think GNC wins out, because they had big tubs and everything, and I couldn't tell what prices were, because they kind of had them disappeared, and you had to probably have somebody pull them down and go to one of those checking things and check to see what the prices is. Wow, that's a lot of is. But anyway, so I didn't do that. And I know the ones at Walmart, GNC is about $100. And then I was looking for little bottles that usually, you use for exercise and whatever. Because she had the ones that had the straw in them, and they got moldy and all that good stuff. And we had to throw them out, because they just got a pain in the butt. And now I got the one with the little push button. And then you just sip, and then you let go of the button, and it closes, and it's supposed to be non-spill. And that's been working out really good for them. So, and I still haven't joined the gym. I still haven't exercised. I was going to do that today, but I don't know what happened last night, but my shoulder and my wrist just felt like daggers stabbing me in the joints, and it just hurt. And I haven't done much of anything today. Just chilled, relaxed, looked at a little bit of interwebs, did a little bit of YouTubeage, went outside to check on my tomato plants. I'm still not convinced I'm going to get any fruit off this, but this is an educational experience. And yes, you hear the AC, and it's something like 80 something degrees outside. And yeah, after being outside for that hour, because I left here and went to, that reminds me, I need to do a review on the pulled pork from Bojangles. Other than telling y'all that it's super duper greasy, and it's about the greasiest barbecue I think I've ever had. It's also really good, but I don't think I'm going to be eating much of it because it's really, really greasy. I ate 2 of the sandwiches, and it was hard to get down the second one because of all the grease. It was so greasy that the wrapper was like disintegrating. I guess in general that's like a good thing for pulled pork or whatever. But wow. So yeah, I went on that little excursion, and it was really warm outside. And all that. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. I got a phone call from my doctor's office. My stand-in physician, because my regular physician has had rotator cuff surgery and has been out. Her stand-in, or replacement, whatever you want to call it, prescribed me with this heartburn stuff because I suffer from heartburn, as I think I mentioned before. And ironically enough, I've been taking it every morning when I get up at midnight, because That's when I get up because I usually go to bed between 5 and 6. And I still suffer from heartburn. I lay down and and it's not pretty. So they're going to put me back on the old stuff, which worked a whole lot better. And no, I can't pronounce either one of these. And as I was saying, it was super duper warm outside. It was like 80. Hang on. Grab the El Phono and I'll get a rough estimate. Oh, it says it's almost 89 degrees outside. Wow. I don't know if this is actually right, because I think my phone just gives me an in general because, well, it says it's 90. Okay. I think it's just area based, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's close enough for me. I mean, it feels like it is. So yeah, my phone says it's 90 degrees outside, and it's like, I can see that. And it probably wasn't that hot earlier. It was probably in the high 80s when I went to go get of course that was around noon. And it's usually hotter in the evenings, I guess. Which reminds me, before I go to bed tonight, I need to roll up the windows on the car because I've had them down because I don't want my car windows to explode. Yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it? Well, I don't think that would actually do it, but anyway. But, yeah, I went to get the pulled pork. It's good sandwich. Really greasy. My wife loves it to death. I particularly can take it or leave it. And, I found it ironic. And then I came home, played on the internet some more. And, I know this is for the Zoom H4n, but I'm going to test this out in the next couple of days. Okay. Like I was saying, I know this is for the H4n, and you're supposed to plug this into a microphone so that you can, use it as a field mic or whatever. And I got my Sony, what is this thing? Hybrid Carl Zeiss, how do you pronounce that? DCR DVD 610, which this thing uses Sony's BS memory card, the Memory Stick Pro, and it also uses DVD, and that was a cool feature. I thought I would like it, and then I came, after using several of the DVDs that you can put in this thing, came to the conclusion that the 30-minute DVD, even if it is the dual-sided, suck, because you can only record 30 minutes. It is cool that you can go ahead and slap it into a DVD player. But then I was like, yeah, this sucks. Because, yeah. So what I decided to do, and try this even on my other one, is to plug this in the bottom. And that way, instead of having to hold the camera like this in this really weird position, because you're stuck in this L position, I'm going to try this. And that could work. Of course, the irony of the whole situation comes to when I decide to use my baby. Well, I have two babies, actually. But when I decide to use this thing, the Sony, what is this thing? HDR XR500. Of course, you can see I have the lock plate thing in the bottom of it. I like this because this is actually the first camera I ever spent $1,000 on. That is like $200-300. This at Best Buy, or as I like to call it, Bitch Buy, was $1,000, and it probably cost that much because of the GPS unit that's in it. And I really don't care for the GPS unit, but this was the first They labeled it a semi-pro camera. Yeah, so yeah, I got this thing. And you can see the labels on it. The stickers are still on it because I'm too lazy to take them off. Yes, I know. But I'm lazy like that. Oh, I gotta plug that back in. Charging it. Oh, and the other camera I wanted to, is it not charging? I don't think it's plugged in. Who cares? And the other camera. And I don't know. I have here lately had infinity affections, or I've had this thing for Sony camcorders and Canon digital cameras. And as you can see, I have a Rode mic on it. As I almost dropped this stupid thing. The Rode mic. I originally bought the Rode mic for the Sony I just showed you, but the horseshoe thing on it wasn't going to work. Because the horseshoe was, I guess, on the bottom of the Rode was super duper. And I like shooting on tripods. Though I think I am going to try that thing that I was telling you guys about. Because I haven't really done much with the this camera. And part of the reason is I need to buy a second battery. And I need to find the charging thing for this camera, so that I can properly charge this thing. But yeah, and then of course I have the GoPro, and then of course I'm using my webcam. But yeah, I have the GoPro Black Hero 3. It probably needs charging. And I mean to go fishing and do a little hunting this year. It's my main goal. Since it's getting ready to be summer, I'm going to be probably using this a lot whenever I go close to water, because I have a I can't get it to work anymore, but I have a Flip HD, and I can't get it to work anymore because the battery, I don't know. It's just doing the really weird thing where it won't charge because it will say it's overheating, and then it. But anyway, I have this, which probably needs which one's the power button? I forget. Is it this one? Which needs probably needs charging. Yeah, it needs charging. And then I have the Canon. Which, the only downside to the Canon is I only have one battery. For the Sonys, I have one battery between the two of them. And I need to get more batteries for them. I really hate getting this thing open. So, yeah, I need to get more batteries for the Sony if it isn't too late. Which I probably should have bought a bunch of these earlier. But of course, I still have the, charging. And then I want to get the extended battery for this stupid thing, which I think is backward compatible with this thing. And as usual, it is a pain in the butt to get this out of the case. God, I hate getting this thing out of the case. I'll do that later. I really get ready to charge it, which I'm not ready to charge it just yet. So yeah, there's that. And I'm uploading those two videos I was telling you about on the, oh yeah, that reminds me. Cloud, so that I could probably put them up. And here's another subject another thing I'm going to be testing. I went ahead and got the copper or whatever your thing is for the wristbands. I don't even know what you call these things. Things that says it's easy to use in the commercials, and it's like $20. And it tells you the time tells you the date, tells you how many steps you take, how many miles you walked, and how many calories you burn, which it currently is stuck at 1389. And it did reset when I resetted the thing one time, but now it's being stubborn and all that. So I'm going to be doing a review on this. I plan on probably starting in July wearing this every time I do some exercising, walking, because I'm going to do some walking and bike riding. And tell you, I mean, this thing is kind of a pain in the butt because you have to take it out of the wristband, and then you have to use the little tiny screwdriver they give you. That's like a glass screwdriver to take this thing out. Put the battery in. There's a reset button and a set button on the back. And then when you're programming this thing, this button on the front is forward and the set button is backwards. No, I got that backwards, but it don't matter. And you just put, copper fit. And then you just put it into the wristband and you go. Yeah. So I'm going to be trying that out. And I've already discovered that I dislike the places that make you if you have one of the chip credit cards. I've discovered I dislike using the chip because it takes so much longer than it normally does if you just swipe the card. Swiping the card, let's say, takes, and this isn't necessarily true, but let's just say for the fun of it, it takes 5 seconds for it to do its thing. The chip card takes about 20 seconds to do its thing. And I don't know why they can't just make it fast as swiping the thing. I mean, if it's supposed to be more secure, tell you what register you use, and blah, 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 make it faster. It's driving me back crazy. Seriously. True story. So, yeah. I need to go outside and water my tomatoes. I don't know if I said that earlier or not. But, yeah. So, this is my carry around, don't really care what happens to it camera. I mean, this thing's been dropped so many times. So many times. It's part of the reason why I started liking the Sony. But then my other Sony that I showed you, the little door on it. Oh, now it made me a liar. Doesn't always click close. It likes to stay open a little bit. I mean, it still shuts off, but it likes to stay open a little bit. Like it doesn't catch. And it hasn't been dropped, even though it has the hard drive in it. And I have that hard drive drop thing, whatever you call it, where it's supposed to protect the hard drive in a drop. And I would go to a SD card or micro, not micro, what is it? The Pro thing that Sony put out that's such an annoying and since I have the camera on the highest definition that you can do, and this camera's on the highest definition you can do, and the Canon is also on the highest definition it can do. If I could find a memory card that could actually, and this is probably on lowest setting. But it says it has 120 gigabyte hard drive in it that records 50 hours. So if I could find 120 gig Memory Stick Pro, I'd quit using the hard drive. I would have no reason at all. And sure, you could buy a whole bunch of those little, because I don't really see how you would, I mean, I guess you could fill it up, but I kind of sort of think that it'd be hard, I guess. But anyway, I'm still waiting for the 1 terabyte which I think they have the 1 terabytes, but I don't think they have them in the Pros. SD cards. I could be wrong about that, but I think they do exist. I think I've seen a 2. No, I think I've definitely seen a 1. And if they had them in the Pro, that would be boss. I mean, I would be like, yes. Why did I say that? I don't know. Watching too much stupid TV. But yeah, that would be awesome. Bodacious, radical, and groovy. There you go, Sam. There's just some 80s terminology for you to be like, oh, he finally said it. And boy, this video is long. Long. But yeah, at any rate, let's wrap this baby up, because this is getting extremely long and extremely retarded. But if you can tell the difference between me not using this and me using this, because listening to it, I can tell the difference between the explosives, the P's and the T's, and they don't seem to hit as hard, because I did a little test before this video, and the T's and the P's really exploded. And with this on it, even though it, has about an inch that it doesn't cover, this thing actually does seem to help a little bit, especially since I'm talking directly into it. So yeah. And if you have anything that you want to say about the creatine or the whey, because some people are against it, some people are for it. I know some people use it as a protein filler because they, have X amount of protein they do a day, and I'm trying to drop it. And I'm pretty much using it as a breakfast supplement, since right now I don't have anything to eat for breakfast because I'm lazy. Of course, I could eat some pot pies or some waffles or something. And it takes probably no longer to make any of those than it does to do the supplement shake. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry about not making videos on Fridays. I need to get off my lazy butt and do twice a week, because that's what I promised y'all I would do, is twice a week. And I haven't been fulfilling that promise, and I'm sorry. And plus, I'm planning on doing some videos with a friend of mine, Hot Wheels, to do some music reviews. And somehow I inadvertently screwed it up, waited too long. And the concert for Hell Yeah and In This Moment, I think they were the lead band. They're sold out at the Orange Pill, so I will not be able to make it to that, which is sort of sad, because I sort of wanted to go, but I sort of didn't want to go, because I'm not sure about Hell Yeah and or In This Moment, and I don't even know who the other bands are. I'm kind of on the fence between those two, because they 2:45. Oh shit. Okay, 30. I have to be at work at 2:15. Shit. Oh well. I'm definitely gonna have to get up at midnight, as usual, and leave by like 1. Not looking forward to it. This week is going to prove to be another pain in the butt week. And I'm not going to like it. No. But I am going to go to the gym eventually, because my shoulders, because I'm constantly moving my arms, whether lifting boxes or scanning packages, because I'm doing both. Does a lot to my shoulders, so I need to get to the gym and start working out and trying to make it less stressful on the shoulders and make it less everything on the body, because it's getting ridiculous. And I said I was going to end this video, and it's getting ridiculously long, so here we go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Leave a comment down below. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys, as always, on the flip side and Fridays.